Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're just coming out of winter so I can actually see what I'm doing. And during the winter we completed this area here, so we've now got a gas station and the Draori road crew. Now the reason this is a road crew is that eventually they are going to have to push out this way, but what I really want them to do at the moment is work on these roads up through here. We're going to need to get a asphalted road up round here in order to be able to make these areas work efficiently. But one thing I have noticed is I've got that bit there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a temporary road to there, because what I really want to do is asphalt in this area here. So I'm just going to, and we're just going to assign you to just the road crew. I mean, they've got no workers, but what they do have is the paver and the roller to get this area going. And what I want to do in this part is start to put together this area here, because we've got to build this area up before I can let people move in. And just to show the population has finally got over 2,000 people, so things are looking a bit better. Over here, not much else is going on as such. I mean, the city in general is looking pretty good, and of course I've got my kind of alcohol production area here going quite well. So technically what I can do now is get rid of you. We don't need the microbrewery anymore, and what I can do is just clear out this area a bit. We might be able to use it for other purposes. Get rid of the road, maybe a little bit of this footpath here. I want to trim it back completely, because I may need it eventually. But I think what we will do is we'll just put in that little bit there, just to make everything a little bit better for everybody else. So that would give a job to there. And what I have to do is think about what I want to put in here. So that's something I want to do. I still want to fill in some of these roads with asphalt, but what I really want is the focus to be up here at the moment. Right, let's just actually see what's assigned to my road crews. Right, you've got high voltage wires. Because the other thing I am working on is this area here, because what I would like to do is start the process of building this as well. Actually, let's assign this. I do need to make a start on this farm so that I can stop having to micromanage this area every season. So you've got 440 crops, you've got 132 crops in there. Don't have that much in the way of crops, considering how early in the season it is. I think you're quite happily pulling the crops in from there. What's the fuel situation? The fuel situation is good. We've got that built up there. Okay, right, let's just get over to this area. Looks like my paver is working hard in this area. I don't really want to build this up here. Yeah, well, my other concern is fire cover. I've only got the one little fire station here. I've got... I mean, technically I've got fire cover out here, so I can start to go for things. I think we'll start with something relatively simple. So, and what we'll do is we'll use the road crew to do some of the deliveries for this, the bus platform. And we got the theatre, got the small warehouse. Of course, this is going to be quite a big construction. This is going to require 87 tons of steel. Steel is a big issue. I don't think. Yeah, you've got 40. So I can't really push too fast. Otherwise, I'm just going to run out of money. And this is one of the reasons why I actually put this road on suspension. You see, it needs 101 tons of asphalt. So we've got the paver working there. Got the jolly old, what we call it, bulldozer working there. I think we could probably put this in. We're just going to allocate that. And I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, we're moving into a bit of a grind stage of the game now, because I can't really progress until I've got all these areas built up. But at the same time, building these areas up is going to take time. I think what we can do is just give them a little bit of a supplementary work here with these footpaths. Just want to get them all connected in as well. Because if all the footpaths are connected up, then things will look a little bit better. I mean, how are we doing cash wise? Yeah, last month it was a bit expensive. So what are we exporting? So we're doing alcohol, prefabs, cement and boards. What did we do last month? Yeah, I'm having a few problems with the clothes. I can't seem to get the clothes to export at the moment. It's almost like all the clothes are being taken up by the actual city itself. So its electronics was expensive because I was building that power cable. Still importing a little bit of power. I'm not exactly too sure why, but I think that might be due to the power fluctuations, because I'm still not getting a large number of people here. But of course, with winter, there's always a risk that you don't get enough workers over here. So I don't want to suspend that import just yet. So we're just going to have to try and ease things up. The farming is going now, so that's working quite well. So we'll just have to keep an eye on things, and but at the same time, I don't want to overload everything. So, bulldozers back. Cement truck here. So we can fill in these areas here. There's a little bit there. We won't use the road crew for footpaths or buildings just at the moment. The big problem is going to be getting the workers out here, because again, the construction office with the workers is way back over here. In fact, I'm very tempted is to give this because they probably haven't got any slots. I think it's got one slot. I'm very tempted to give this guy a bus so that the workers can get out a little bit quicker. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let me just see. Well, I want a relatively cheap bus. I don't have a lot of money. 55 passengers. I mean, to be completely honest, you don't need a bus with a massive capacity when you're allocating workers, because, well, until the city gets really big. I mean, 40, that's 12,000. I think we're going to go cheap and cheerful. And what we're going to do is allocate you to... I've gone too far. Where are you? There you are. Now, what I need to do is allocate where I'm going to get workers from. They've got workers waiting there. This one's a little bit overloaded, so what we got? So what I might do is we'll assign you to here, so you can pull workers from this area, because we've got a lot of workers there waiting, but nobody moved into there. Population hasn't starting to improve here a little bit. We got a bit of slack. So, I mean, the city's filling up, but no over 21s though. We've got 666 children, 494 babies. Births is exceeding deaths at the moment, but no immigrants. We've got no escapees. we've got 28 unemployed workers, but that's probably down to the fact that at the moment we got a lot of people and we've got nothing for them to really do. Let's have a quick look. I'd just like to know where all my clothes are going to. We've only got 5.93 tons there. I mean, got 11 tons there. It's almost like we're going through lots and lots of clothes. I mean, it could be due to the population. I mean, we've got 11 tons in there, and that's actually quite happily drawing from there. It's something I'm going to need to keep an eye on as we go forward. Right, I've got the rollers quite happily doing his thing here. That will finish that off, and then we can take this dirt road out. Yeah, okay. And we got a couple of workers here, but it's going to push that forward. How are we doing? Footpath wise, we've got. Oh, look at that. That's an annoying little bit. So I think we'll just assign all 3 to that. Yeah, annoying little bits of footpath. Bits of footpath like that can be very annoying to do. But 87 tons of steel, that's a lot of steel. How much steel have I got in stock? Nothing. Okay, wow. Why are you not replenishing the steel? Road cargo station. Okay, well, for some reason, this is going to be expensive because I've I don't think I actually got a cupboard. Covered. I've got an open hole. Where are you? Okay. So at the moment I've got 98 tons of steel, and we got to unload 50. So we're going to get about 48 tons of steel in here. We're going to need to reduce that a bit down. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of money. No wonder I was building up so much money. We're going to need to bring in some fuel cells. Right, I'm just going to have to bring in my dinky little tanker. We're going to have to sell some fuel to be able to make some money. Yeah, we're down to 115,000. Okay, what are we doing over here? Um, 0.6 steel. Right, this is nearly finished. Then we can put the road through to here. Okay, what have you got assigned? So you finished that, so we can take out this here. What have you got assigned? You've got bus stop and a bus platform. Any roads that I can put in. I mean, when this is finished, we can connect that up. I think what we'll do is we'll just use the road crew at the moment to work on these footpaths. I mean, we can still use the... I mean, the dumper trucks can deliver the necessary gravel. Let's hook these up. Road crew. Construction office. And we've still got to put this in, and that's going to be expensive. I mean, this is going to be 64 tons of steel. And we got a power cable in here. What would we need for this? 6 tons of steel and a little bit of electronics. I don't think I really want to assign that. We can assign this. So I'll just assign that. Let's just keep an eye on what is actually allocated to the road crews. What have you been allocated? Yeah. Oh, we still got the agro farm over here as well. That's should be being built. That's what probably took up most of my steel, because it still needs more steel. More steel. Wow. And what have you got? You're on the agro farm, the Fleggin bus station, and the electricity substation. So we're under 94,000 now. So yeah, we're just gonna keep the steel on ration. It's about all I think I can do at the moment. Right, this is finished. So we've now should have power here. Yep. And it's drawing very little power whatsoever. And you've got power, so what we can do now is allocate you to unload and push you up to keep you at 90%. And the idea is that will have the fuel to help the situation here. My tower crane is actually working over here as well. So, I mean, it'd be really great to get this up and running. The only problem is I need the silo and this here. Oh, so many things to do. So many things to do. Back over here. Well, I think we're just holding the cash at the moment. And right. So we've got the steel here now. What we need is the workers to actually do it. Right, this road's finished. So what we can do now is hook you through to there, and we will assign you to the road crew, get you running, then that will connect this road through to here. Not that we really need it, but it's got to be done sooner or later, so we might as well get it done here. Why have I got that there? I think that was just a test to see if I could lay the pipeline through there. Actually, we need that built as well, and this is going to need workers, so I think we'll just add that, because we're going to need this substation here to power this area here, so that needs to be built. There's a tiny little bit of road there, which I think we can assign as well. Get that done. This is the type of job that catches you out. You build all this up and think it's everything there, and you forgot to do the power line to there. And then you're kind of scratching your head saying, why is it not working? So, that footpath's in. That footpath's connected. That's connected. probably just allocate that as well. Just keep that filling in. So the money's creeping back up again. But I'm a bit worried that that might mean that I'm selling off too much of my fuel. Yeah, we're okay at the moment. I've just been letting the game run on a bit, and we're right on the edge here. We just need a few more workers to finish this off, and hopefully these are going to be delivered. There we are. There we are. We've now built the bus station. I'm kind of inclined at the moment to get the groundworks for this done. So I think we're just going to assign all 3 to this one. The big issue here is going to be steel. You can see my money's dropping again. But I think if I can get this shopping centre built, because most of the other stuff around here, the amount of steel they need is quite low. This is the big ticket item for this city. If I can get this built, then I can build round it. And of course, right, we've got the power station in. And I think the power lines out. What's that? What's the power lines here? Yeah, this is 6 tons of steel. I need to concentrate on this. So what I may have to do is let all the existing jobs run out on related to buildings, and then see how things go. So you're on the shopping centre, so that is the only job that we've got. Let me just check here. You're working on the agro farm, and you've got no roads allocated. And you've got shopping centre, so basically the only jobs we've got left now is completing this, and this is just a question of grinding through now and getting this finished. And just check. Yeah, you've got quite a lot of bitumen and cement, so I'm kind of thinking, what can I do that isn't going to cost me a vast sum of money and drain my money out? Because I need to keep that money up to a reasonable level. I think what we're going to have to do is go a little bit footpathy. Is probably the best way to describe this. I mean, you need 49 tons of steel. You only need 1.3 tons of steel, so maybe we can allocate this to as well. I mean, that's a relatively cheap job. How about the theatre? That needs 10 tons of steel. The kindergarten only needs 2.1 tons of steel. How about how's the accommodation here? That only needs 5.7 tons of steel. Where's the school? School 5.4. I think we can just put in some footpaths in round so just allocate you. And you. Just keep filling these in for the moment. I know it's not particularly that exciting, but that's the way it is. On the positive side, the gravel was cheap. Yeah. And we're getting the gravel in. That 87 tons of steel is going to be the real clincher. At the moment we've got 28 tons of steel, and the truck is in there at the moment, so I think what we can do is do exactly what we did with the power station. We'll just sneak up a little bit more from the steel perspective. I'm just worried about this fuel situation, because we're still in May. You've got no crops left. You've got 202 tons. What are you doing? Move you back up, load, and just gonna have to pull the crops in from there. How much crops have we got for alcohol? 28 tons of crops. just need to find out where all these clothes are going. I mean, we got 12 tons of clothes here. We got 11 tons there. I'm sure this is the area where I've told it to pick up clothes. Drop some fabrics, load clothes. But I think this just takes it to the warehouse here when that gets below 30%. I mean, I could try and go for a little bit of a managed quick win, but I don't have any spare trucks. I mean, this guy stood here doing nothing. Let me see. I think what we're going to do is hook you and you to there. I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a calculated risk, but I just need... So, you only pick up 2.5 tons of things, so... Right, road station there. And what we're going to do... I know this is a horrible level of micromanagement, but... unload. But I just need the money. And... what we'll do is we'll just ship out. I mean, they've got 15 tons of clothing here, so, and they've got 13 tons in here. So I think I can let this run for a little while and get that working. The other thing I do want, I've just spotted it. It's going to cause a little bit of disruption, but it's going to be worth getting this done during the summer, because we're going to need this in the future. So we're just going to assign that. And if I get this built, that will actually give me benefits in the winter. So, okay. Right, we need 87 tons of steel. This is where it gets a little bit icky, so we're going to have to be very careful. Right, you got 1.3. So you're delivering the boards and the bricks, and of course, because I'm constructing things, that's decreasing my exports as well. And here comes the first load of steel. Yeah, we've got 78 tons of steel. We've got no workers on site, but I'm not particularly that worried about that. Right, we got the farm working, but the problem is that we got nowhere to store anything, so we're not going to be able to use this farm in this summer harvesting cycle because it's not planted anything. But quite interesting that it's actually grabbed a few fields. I wonder if farms can actually share fields. Actually, while I'm looking at this, it's just I get some more medium fields in here. So maybe we'll just drop that in there. Maybe move that back a little bit there. Okay. Need a free construction office, so I have to do this in little short sections. So we can come there. Will you detect the extra fields? Okay. What I might do is just leave this on auto detector then, because it shouldn't affect this field. Let's just do a test. What have you got here? You've got field 9 field. So you've got field 9 and what's it? You've got field 8, field 5, 8 and 9. And so you've got medium field 5, but no 8 and 9. So where is 8 and 9? Okay, so these are out here. So I've got a feeling that this farm has taken some fields away from this area here, but I'm not going to complain. Let's just see how we're doing. Still just slowly creeping in. Let's just get back to over here. Yeah, we still need 66 tons of steel, which is scary. We got another 10 tons being delivered, and we got the bricks coming in. It's nice that this construction site's actually got 2 roads. So, a little bit of concrete delivered. Well, we might get there eventually. And I'd love to build this road, but I don't really want to put some pressure on my income by the asphalt. Let's keep an eye on this. Okay, here's the close man, I think. Okay, we're just going to keep an eye on you, and then we're going to send you back to the depot. Because you're taking too much in the way of clothes away from me. So this is your last cell. And I've lost track of him. Where's he gone? There he is. I'm sure that's him, isn't it? I'll just put that there. We're down to 114 tons of fuel, so I think we're going to have to stop the fuel cells as well. Okay, you, yep. So it's draining my fuel away. I can't afford that, so it's bought me a little bit of time. No, actually, I think I sent you to the wrong place. Let me just put you back into, oops, can't put you back into there. Did I steal from here? Okay, we'll just put you in there. That might enhance the deliveries here. Right, so we're going to keep a very strict eye now on the steel deliveries. Oh, of course we haven't finished this road here yet. Although I think you've got a roller in here somewhere. Oh no, the roller's up here, isn't it? So it means he's probably out doing something. So we're down to 22 tons of steel. I think I can live with that. I mean, it'd be really great to get this finished. Because, I mean, this is the core. This is the key to build it. I mean, this is very much the key to making progress. If I can't get this up and running, then, well, we've got problems. It's probably putting it mildly. We need to get that finished. Right, this road is nearly done. Ah, well, that we're on fire. Okay. A whole list of messages there as well. Disaster averted there. Right, here comes the roller to do this bit here. That'd be really great. Okay. How's the crops here? We're out of crops, which means my alcohol production is We are in trouble. I've got no more production. Once those crops are gone, I've got no more alcohol. So we've got no more fuel production. So we've got 110 tons of fuel plus what's in the gas stations to get me through to August. This could become a bit dire. We've got plenty of food. So now my income is totally dependent on bricks and prefabs. Let's have a look here. And we made a small profit last month. So I'm probably going to have to suspend things now, right, pending getting the crops back in and starting to produce stuff again. So we got 1.2 more tons of steel there. And let me just, what jobs have you got? You're just working on the shopping centre. I don't really want to kick off that. Any small kind of jobs that need to be done? I mean we've got a gravel job here, which I could probably put in. Actually, push this out a little bit like that. And then bring you in to connect there. And these are definitely gravel only, yep. And what we can do is assign you to that and that. That won't cost me anything beyond fuel. So it looks like my gas stations are fairly full up. Let's get back over here. So we're making reasonable progress on here now. All we need here now is concrete. So we're just going to need to let that run through and get that sorted. So yeah, we got the steel for that in. So we're just going to have to let things kind of run their course, is probably the polite way of saying it. I mean, I could import crops to get things going. I mean, that might be... but... when I could flip this, because this is the one that's delivering the crops to the alcohol section. So what I could do is put you on there and take you off there for the moment. And we could probably try and make some alcohol by importing crops. We won't make as much money, but we will keep things going. And so maybe that would be the option for the moment. And we'll just have to see how that goes. I mean, food-wise, we're okay. Yep. So we'll just get back over to here. Yeah, it's the concrete that's slowing up the process at the moment. Right, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, the focus will be still on building this city up so that we can start to get the population in and get everything settled down. And then we can start thinking about bringing in the workers and getting various other parts of this area working. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.